Commission. Before us today is the Department of Neighborhood Development.
Good morning, Commissioners. With us today is Chief and Director Sheila Dillon for D&D, and we have a series of votes to present today. The first vote is being presented by Jonathan Spillane. He's a Housing Development Officer with the Neighborhood Housing Development Division of D&D. The vote request concerns a conveyance to Terrace Bravo LLC for vacant land located at 40 to 42 Terrace Street and 132 Terrace Street. The properties are located in Roxbury. The purchase price proposed is $200. Jonathan, if you'd present your vote request, please.
Thank you. Hello, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I'm here requesting PFC approval for the conveyance request to Terrace Bravo LLC for the parcels identified in the vote package in the Roxbury section of Boston. As background, D&D conducted an extensive public process that resulted in this vote. 4 community meetings were held to discuss the development of these parcels. A request for a proposal was issued on March 13th, 2017, and advertised in the State Central Register, Boston Herald, and in the City Record. 3 development teams applied to the RFP. D&D then sponsored a community meeting to allow applicant presentations of their proposals. On December 13th, 2017, PFC approved the tentative developer designation of Terrace Bravo LLC, and on November 14th, 2018, PFC approved the extension of the tentative developer designation. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and PFC vote request. I've also provided 4 handouts related to this vote, which are displayed on the screen. The first is a site map of 40 and 42 Terrace Street. The second is a rendering of the building to be developed at 4042 Terrace Street. The third is a site map of 132 Terrace Street. And the fourth is a rendering of the building to be developed at 132 Terrace Street. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, it will result in the following public benefits: the creation of 14 affordable home ownership units that will include an artist preference. These units will remain deed restricted and affordable for 50 years. The revitalization of 2 parcels of land which have been in the city's inventory since 1964 and 1973. The project is expected to create over 17,000 construction hours, which will generate local job opportunities. And the sale of these 2 parcels can also be expected to yield long-term financial benefits to the city. For by removing the parcels from our inventory, the city will be able to avoid the future costs and liabilities associated with maintaining these properties. The city stands to save an estimated $5,167 by passing responsibility for property maintenance to Terrace Bravo LLC. Finally, by returning the properties to the city tax rolls, the city can expect to recoup an additional $29,000 in annual tax revenue. I'm here for you if you have any questions. Thank you.
Again, I just congratulate the department on something that's been on since 1964 and 73 to get them off of city's books and back into private sector tax-paying rules.
Productive use. So I make a motion that we approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Vote number 1 is hereby approved. Vote number 2 is being presented by Shawnee Fletcher. She's Development Officer with the Real Estate Management and Sales Division of D&D. Vote number 2 concerns a request for a conveyance to DNI4 Inc. concerning vacant land located at 25 and 27 Folsom Street in Roxbury. The purchase price is recommended at $200. Shawnee, if you'd present the vote request, please.
Thank you, Angela. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I am here requesting PFC approval for the conveyance to DNI4 Incorporated, a subsidiary of Dudley Neighbors Incorporated, a local community land trust well established within the Dudley neighborhood of Boston, hereafter referred to as DNI, for the parcels identified in the vote package in the Roxbury section of Boston. The matter was last before you in February of 2019 when PFC voted to approve the tentative developer designation of DNI. To refresh the Commission's memory, D&D conducted a public process that led to that vote and this subsequent request. Several community meetings have been held since 2016 to explore the use of this parcel to address community concerns regarding food security. D&D hosted a community meeting in March 2018. Community support for the project was strong, and D&D moved toward an RFP. The RFP was issued in April of 2018 and was advertised in the State Central Register and Boston Herald. One proposal was received in response to the RFP and was determined to meet the eligibility criteria. PFC approved the designation of DNI-4 Incorporated on February 13th, 2019, and the designation was advertised in the City Record on March 11th and March 18th of 2019. Since designation, DNI has received an award of $10,507 in development funds from the Grassroots Program, completed design plans for the project, and further engaged the community in the development of said plans. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and PFC vote request. We've also provided handouts related to this vote request, which are displayed on the screen. The first is a site map displaying the location of the two parcels. The second is a street view of the conditions prior to the establishment of the garden. The third is the condition as it is now. And the fourth is the final design plan. The group will be using the funds provided to extend the garden into this area, add raised beds, add a retaining wall along the side, and add some signage. This project has the support of the Food Project, COG Design, abutters, and the other nearby residents. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, it will result in the following public benefits: return vacant property in D&D's inventory for 50 years into productive use, preserve almost 5,000 square feet of land as protected open space, and promote local food access. I'm here to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Good project, again, getting these up.
Yeah, no questions. I remember this from the February meeting, and so this is moving along quickly, and we'd like to aid it moving further along. So I make a motion to approve.
Seconded, all in favor? Aye.
Vote number 2 is hereby approved. Vote number 3 is also presented by Shawnee Fletcher. This vote concerns a conveyance to DNI-4 Inc. concerning vacant land located at an unnumbered parcel on Langdon Street, 35 Langdon Street, 37 to 43 Langdon Street, 123 to 125 George Street, and 127 to 133R George Street. The parcels are located in Roxbury. The purchase price is recommended at $500. Shawnee, if you'd present the vote request, please.
Thank you. I'm here requesting PFC approval for the conveyance to DNI-4 Inc., a subsidiary of Dudley Neighbors Incorporated, hereafter referred to as DNI, for the parcels identified in the vote package in the Roxbury neighborhood of Boston. This matter was last before you in February of 2019 when PFC voted to approve the tentative developer designation of DNI. To refresh the Commission's memory, D&D conducted a public process that led to that vote and this subsequent request. D&D hosted a community meeting in March 2018 to discuss with community members the continued agricultural use of these parcels as a community farm. Community and abutter support for the project was strong, and D&D moved toward an RFP. The RFP was issued in April of 2018 and was advertised in the State Central Register and Boston Herald. One proposal was received in response to the RFP and was determined to meet the eligibility criteria. PFC approved the designation of DNI-4 Incorporated on February 13th, 2019, and the designation was advertised in the City Record on March 11th and March 18th of 2019. Excuse me. Since designation, DNI has received an award of $20,149 in development funds from the Grassroots Program, completed design plans for the project, and further engaged the community in the development of these plans. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and PFC vote request. We've also provided a couple of handouts related to this vote request, which are displayed on the screen. The first shows a site map displaying the location of the parcels. And the second shows a view of the existing conditions. The food project's been farming here for about 25 years and will continue while this is in DNI's land trust, and they will continue to work with youth and neighborhood residents to grow food for the community. They'll also be installing a permanent driveway with the funds they'll be receiving and expanding their storage capacity. This project has the support of the Dudley community, abutters, neighbors, and organizational partners in the Dudley Grows program. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, it will result in the following public benefits: return vacant property in D&D's inventory for more than 25 years into productive use, preserve 27,000 square feet of land as protected open space, and promote local food access. I'm here to answer any questions you might have. Thank you.
No questions. Great job again. I make a motion that we approve.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote number 3 is approved.
Thank you.
Vote number 4 is being presented by Neralise Lanish. She's a project manager with the Real Estate Management and Sales Division of D&D. The vote request concerns a conveyance to Robert M. Lunn of vacant land located at an unnumbered parcel on Washburn Street in Dorchester. The purchase price is recommended at $7,100. Neralise, if you'd present your vote request, please.
Thank you, Angela. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I'm here requesting PFC approval for the conveyance to Robert M. Lunn for the parcel identified in the vote package in the Dorchester neighborhood of Boston. D&D conducted its public process that resulted in the developer designation in this conveyance vote request. To refresh the Commission's memory, a community notification was mailed in November of 2018 to inform of D&D's intent to issue a request for proposal. An RFP was issued in November of 2018, and one proposal was received in response to the RFP in January of 2019 and was determined to meet the eligibility criteria. PFC approved tentative developer designation of Robert M. Lunn on March 13 of 2019. The designation was advertised in the city record on April 1st and 8th of 2019. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and the PFC vote request. I have also provided handouts related to this vote request, which are displayed on the screen. The first is a site map displaying where the property is located. Mr. Lunn owns over here, this adjacent parcel. The next is a satellite view of the parcel, which is right there. And the last is a current condition of the parcel, which, as you can see, has been maintained by Mr. Lunn, and it's landscaped pretty. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, it will result in the following public benefits. It will return one vacant parcel in D&D's inventory for 4 years back to productive use and the tax rolls. And the sale will generate $7,100 in initial revenues from the sale. I'm here to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
I remember this at the last time brought up. Again, great thing, just good work.
Yep, this makes absolute sense. I make a motion that we approve.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vote number 4 is approved. Vote number 5 is being presented by David Cotter. He's a housing development officer with the Neighborhood Housing Development Division of D&D. Vote number 5 is a request for an amendment to the vote of November 15th, 2017 to extend the tentative designation and intent to sell period from 54 to 57 months to Codman Square Neighborhood Development Corporation. The matter concerns vacant land located at 10 and 22 Bowden Street in Dorchester. This is solely a time extension and also an address correction for the record. David, if you'd present the vote request, please.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
My name is David Cotter. I'm a development officer in the Neighborhood Housing Division of the Department of Neighborhood Development. I'm here requesting a PFC approval for the extension of Codman Square Neighborhood Development Corporation for the parcels identified in the vote package 10-20 Bowden Street and 22 Bowden Street. This matter was first before you in October of 2014, when PFC voted to tentatively designate Codman Square Neighborhood Development Corporation as the developer of the 2 parcels of vacant land in Dorchester. That designation has subsequently been extended 3 times, most recently in November of 2017. We are requesting an extension to allow the developer a few more months to resolve a few administrative issues that have prevented D&D from requesting a conveyance vote in March as we had initially planned. Since the most recent extension in November 2017, Codman Square secured a funding commitment of both subsidy dollars and low-income housing tax credit from the state's Department of Housing and Community Development. This funding commitment represented the last commitment that Codman Square needed to receive in order to be able to complete the project. Now that they have the financing in place, Codman Square will close on the land and the funding in the coming months and hopefully begin construction in the fall. In addition to the extension request, D&D is seeking permission from the PFC to amend the previous vote from November 15, 2017 and change the words 10 Bowden Street to 10-20 Bowden Street. When this first came before you in 2014, the assessing department referred to parcel 140149000 as 10 Bowden Street. Sometime after 2014, they began referring to that same parcel as 10-20 Bowden Street. And so we would like to amend the vote so that we are consistent with assessing's current listing of that property. It's the same plot of land, nothing's changed. For whatever reason, assessing is now referring to it as 10-20. If I can direct your attention to the projector, this is the first slide we have. It's a site map. This small rectangular parcel is number 10-20. This large, oddly shaped is number 22. And this very slim parcel here on the right is a privately owned parcel that's not in the city's inventory. It is already owned by Codman Square as part of this project. The second slide is the current conditions as seen from Bowden Street. On the left is that parcel number 10-20. 22 goes up and around the back, and that private parcel is just in front of that greenhouse there. The third slide is a rendering of the proposed building from roughly the same angle on Bowden Street of what would be there when the project is complete. In summary, if this vote request is approved, the following community benefits will be realized. 31 units of affordable housing will be created in addition to 4 units for homeless families. The city expects to save approximately $3,000 a year in annual maintenance costs of the two lots, in addition to generating approximately $70,000 in tax revenue annually. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Thank you.
I just want, we're doing a 3-month extension?
Is that right?
Yes, 3 months.
The
So-
good news here is they finally got their state financing, and they went in, I think, this 3 times, so.
Oh, I remember
It will
this from
happen this time.
2014.
It will
so
happen,
it's,
I promise.
Okay, perfect. No further questions.
No, this one predates my term on the board, on the commission. I make a motion to approve.
Seconded, all in favor? Aye.
Thank you. Vote number 5 is approved.
Thank you.
Vote number 6 is being presented by Christopher Rooney. He is a development officer with the Real Estate Management and Sales Division of D&D. This is a conveyance to Cruz Development Corporation for land with buildings located at 280 to 282, 284, 290 Warren Street, and an unnumbered parcel on Warren Street. The properties are located in Roxbury. The purchase price is recommended at $500. Chris, if you'd present this vote request, please.
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
I'm here requesting PFC approval of the conveyance to the Cruz Development Corporation for the parcels identified in the vote package in the Roxbury neighborhood of Boston. D&D conducted a public process and resulted in this vote request. 2 community meetings were held to discuss the development of the parcels. A request for proposals was issued on August 25th of 2014 and advertised in the State Central Register and Boston Herald. 2 development teams applied to the RFP, and both were determined to meet eligibility criteria. Both eligible developers were invited to a community meeting to present their proposals. PFC approved the tentative developer designation of Cruz Development Corporation on August 5th of 2015. The designation was advertised in the city record on August 31st and September 7th of 2015. Tentative designation time extensions were approved by PFC on November 18th, 2016, November 15th, 2017, and July 18th of 2018. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and the PFC vote request. I have provided 3 handouts related to this vote, which are displayed on the screen. The first is a site map. The city-owned parcels are outlined in red, and privately owned parcels that were purchased by Cruz Development Corporation are outlined in blue. That will be the total development site. The next slide is the existing conditions. It's just a concrete brick wall right now, 1-story building with a beautiful mural that was put up a few years ago. You might notice when you're going down Warren Street. And finally is a rendering of the building. That's the corner of Clifford and Warren Street, where the building will wrap down Clifford Street. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, it will result in the following public benefits. New construction of a mixed-use building, including 55 residential rental units and 8,466 square feet of commercial space. The housing will consist of 6 units available to residents earning less than 30% of the area median income, 33 units available to residents earning up to 60% AMI, 9 units available for residents earning up to 80% AMI, and 7 units will be market rate. There will also be 72 off-street parking spaces created. The sale of these parcels can also be expected to yield long-term financial benefits to the city. By removing these parcels from the city's inventory, the city will be able to avoid the future costs and liabilities associated with maintaining the properties. The city stands to save an estimated $2,700 in annual operational costs. In addition, by returning these properties to the tax rolls, the city can expect to generate approximately $29,000 in annual tax revenue. And I'm here to answer any questions, if any.
No questions, but Chief, I just want to compliment your department. We had 6 votes, 5 were conveyances, 1 was only a 3-month extension. I think it's great work.
Thank you
getting
so
these
much.
parcels
We're
out.
really excited. The state just made this announcement 2 months ago, so they are ready to go. So now we just have to push them to the finish line. But it's going to have such a impact on that corner. I'm really excited about this.
Agree with you totally.
Yes, great project. Congratulations again. Make a motion to approve.
Seconded, all in favor? Aye.
Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
This
Thank
meeting
you.
is adjourned.
Thanks.